Gentlemen, I'm instructed by Lady Fogarty that it is imperative the cook Pendleton, known to you all, I'm sure, be found or his present whereabouts ascertained. Equally imperative, however, Pendleton himself must receive no warning that he is being sought. Lady Fogarty relies upon your diligence and discretion, gentlemen. She is also willing to offer a reward of 50 guineas to the man who finds him.
And a copy of that letter has been sent to all my captains by the midday post.
50 guineas. Could be a waste of money, Aunt.
It'll only be a waste if Pendleton proves to have no knowledge of the necklace.
Well, if that's the case, then God help Uncle James, because there's no one else.
There's Captain Baines.
Oh, no, Aunt. I've spoken to him. No. Whatever bitterness there may have been between them, he could never have done such a wicked thing.
Wicked? To conceal stolen property aboard James's ship solely that he might be sentenced to years of penal servitude? It's inhuman. And as God is my witness, I shall prove to the world that James is innocent and that Pendleton was in the pay of Max van der Rheede.
Can't help wishing Uncle Daniel was here.
No profit in wishing, Samuel. Besides, I doubt even Daniel could do as much as has already been done. There's been no letter for over a month now.
It's just that for someone in my position... Oh, dear, I do hope you won't take this the wrong way, Aunt.
I rather fear I may.
But I'm beginning to realize that I have to be very careful. See, I'm already losing customers. It seems that the name Rheede is not to be trusted anymore.
You disown your Uncle James?
No, of course not, no. But I'm not sure how far I can publicly defend him either. But what earthly good will it do him if I'm ruined?
Well, by all means, see to your own interest, Samuel. But let me assure you that if James is convicted, we shall all suffer.
Captain Baines? Captain Baines. Mr. Sparrow. I know you're there. It's no good pretending you're not. It's time you and I to talk.
He might be ill, Mrs. Sparrow.
Insensible through drink, more like. Captain, I have my key. Must I use it? The key, Mr. Sparrow.
The door's unlocked. What can I do for you, Mrs. Sparrow? I'll get it for you soon, I promise.
After your voyage, you said. You'd pay all the overdue rent as soon as you came home. That's what you said.
I'm sorry.
I'm not a rich woman, Captain. And since Mr. Sparrow's tragic loss, this house is all the livelihood we've got. Life is difficult enough without people who don't pay their rent. I'm not a charity, Captain.
I'll get the money soon. I'll get a berth, I promise.
I can give you just one more week. No longer. You should have accepted the position Mr. van der Rheede was offering you. You'll be lucky to find another one as good.
How'd you know about that?
Because he came here to see you. And where were you? Beating up against an ale-head wind, I'm sure. Mr. Sparrow.
She don't mean it, Will. You've got longer than a week, I'll see to that.
These I must send to James's bankers. These to his solicitor, these to Mr. Dunwoody, and these to Elizabeth. And why? Because I am not allowed to act for him, not allowed to sign for him or pay money for him. At home I helped my father rule a whole country.
Ah, but this is England, Mum.
And these? Oh, I don't know. James is the only one who can say what to do about these, and yet I am not even allowed to go and see him.
But it's no place for a woman. Oh, we can't have a lady like yourself going into prison. Shall I pour the tea?
At home, Mrs. Gibson. When I was 19 years old, I was in prison for 8 months. Men and women herded together without enough water or food. In order not to starve, we had to eat the lizards and spiders that crawled over us.
Visitor, young lady, says she's Mrs. Rheede.
I said she wasn't to come.
Hello, Father. I'm sorry if you're disappointed.
Oh, nay, lass. Bit of a shock. Can't seem to find me wits so quickly these days. So, didn't know you was in Liverpool?
Bristol. Margarita wrote to tell me.
Long way to come. Not sure you should have bothered. Can't say I enjoy being seen like this.
I'm sorry. I just felt I had to come.
It's a kindly thought. So, when do you have to be back in Bristol?
Oh, I don't. I've left the company. I've decided to leave the theatre altogether. Oh, I enjoyed it for a while. And I proved to myself that I could do something on my own without anybody else's help.
So, what you going to do now?
Oh, I don't know yet. Most of all, I'd like to help you.
It's all been done that can be.
I don't believe that. There must be something.
You could stay with Margarita, eh? That'd be a help. Keep her company.
Why, yes, I'd like to.
And another thing. I don't know what's happening to my ships. Dunwoody and your aunt likely think I've got enough on my mind, so they're not telling me. But I want to know.
But I know nothing of your affairs.
Well, then you ask them. There you tell them. I might be stuck in here, but they are still my ships, and I want to know.
I shall have to consult his papers, Miss Charlotte. I'm sorry,
Perhaps I could do that, to save you the trouble.
Yes, if you so wish, by all means. It was just the sailing schedules you were interested in, was it?
Well, I wonder if it would be possible to look through all the current charters.
Charters? Of course.
And bills of lading, if that's what they're called. Plus, any tenders submitted recently, correspondence with agents, insurance documents.
Miss Charlotte, it would take you a week merely to read a list of such documents, let alone comprehend them.
My father requires as full an appraisal as possible, Mr. Dunwoody.
Well, I'll bring you the papers if you care to step into Mr. O'Needing's office. What Lady Fogarty will have to say, I truly don't know.
What should she have to say? I'm sure my aunt would hardly object to. Captain Baines.
Miss Charlotte. Mr. Dunwoody.
Captain.
I'm very sorry about your father.
And I was sorry to hear about your ship.
Hear about young Tom and all, did you?
Yes.
Burned to death, did you know that?
Yes.
Burned to death.
Was there something you wanted, Captain Baines?
I heard there was a hue and cry on for Jack Pendleton.
Oh, discreet inquiries concerning his whereabouts, certainly. Why?
But I also heard there was 50 guineas reward.
That's so?
Aye, well, I know where he is.
Do you mean to say he actually took the money?
He did indeed, with great embarrassment. Obviously, he needed it.
He should never have left Uncle James.
I don't think you can blame a man for wanting to be his own master.
But very few men are born to be their own master.
Was his information worth 50 guineas?
Well, the day after James was arrested, Pendleton signed on a ship called the Bridget Mayland. They sailed immediately.
How convenient for him.
It seems the cook who had originally been taken on died. Captain Baines discovered this and wondered whether perhaps Pendleton had taken his place.
But if he has already sailed, how shall we find him?
Do you know where they're bound?
Yes, I have it written down. The Bridget Mayland is at the moment making for Cherbourg, where she has a cargo to discharge, and in 4 days' time she's due in La Rochelle to take on a cargo of flax and hemp.
Bay of Biscay. Surely one of your steamships could get there in time.
Yes, indeed, but they're all engaged. No, wait. The Albert Trader could be ready in 3 days' time.
No, that is too long to wait. We must go now.
Uncle James has quite a few ships that are idle, but of course they are sailing ships.
But could we get to La Rochelle in 4 days?
Well, with a fair wind and a good crew, yes.
In that case, I shall take James's fastest ship, engage the very best captain, and sail on the next tide. Then I shall find this man Pendleton and make him tell the truth.
I suppose a signed deposition would do.
And if he refuses to sign one?
Elizabeth, he will have no choice.
He could be bribed, I suppose.
Yes, if necessary.
I am merely trying to point out that Pendleton may take a deal of persuading, and that it might therefore be more fitting if he was confronted by a man rather than by a woman.
Well, there's no question of him being confronted by a woman. I shall confront him.
Good.
When we return, we shall have proof that James is innocent.
It's taking too long. Should have waited for Aunt Elizabeth's steamer. Much faster.
If we waited for that steamer, we would still be in Liverpool. How far to La Rochelle, Captain Calder?
We should make port before nightfall, ma'am, God willing.
You say that as though something troubles you.
I'll not deny it. Glass is falling a shade faster than I care for. There's a storm building hereabouts. I want us to reach port before it hits us.
A bad storm?
In these waters, ma'am, that's the only way they come.
Here's another cancellation. Looms to India. Charter party returned unsigned. Not even a letter.
Looms, rice, pottery, wool, machine parts. Innocent until proven guilty, like heck. As soon as ships become idle, they begin to rot. Customers go elsewhere, job to get them back. Loans get called in. Before you know it, you're going under.
Then we must fight back. Find new customers.
For a lass that's supposed to have no head for business, you've got more gumption than some of our chief clerks. But how are you going to find new customers while they're calling me a thief?
They still not set any date for the trial?
Well, nobody seems in much of a hurry. Least of all that damn solicitor of mine. Could be another 6 months.
What are we saying? As soon as Samuel and Margarita get back from La Rochelle, the charges will be dropped.
Aye. Maybe.
Yes, he's up with the hour, all right. Can't we make port before she grows?
The Bridget Mayland?
Hasn't docked yet. We've got here first. Port or brandy?
Oh, brandy, please. How long shall we have to wait?
Well, it's Captain Calder's opinion that if she's caught in the storm, she might run for shelter somewhere up the coast. So we probably won't see her until late tomorrow, or even the day after.
I think I can be patient for it just that long.
Lights out. Lights out. Quieten down. Go to sleep. Good night, Captain. Lights out. Lights out. Go to sleep.
I'm writing this letter, sitting halfway up one of the more modest mountains in the range, known as Bulgar Dar. Whether I shall continue to the top, I'm not yet sure. But the view I have before me, even from here, is humbling beyond words. What, you may ask, am I doing here? Absurd as it may sound, I find that hard to answer. But of one thing I am now wholly persuaded. It has much, everything indeed, to do with you. Bear with me, Elizabeth. Let me try to explain.
And the people I met were so simple in their needs, yet possessing such a serenity of spirit. I don't think I've ever felt so foolish or such a strutting impostor as I did after being with them.
Discovered subsequently that they are disciples of a prophet or a holy man called Rumi and are known as Sufis. Their path is one of love, service, and steadfast contemplation, leading them towards an inner knowledge which is like to the peace of God.
Perhaps if I had not been feeling your absence so keenly, I might not have found myself so vulnerable to them. Yet, my love, they have forced me to ask myself this one question again and again.
What in all the world is most important to me? And each time, ever more certainly, the answer is love. You. Elizabeth, my dearest wife, they have made me realize that I wish only to love and serve you.
I have therefore decided that as soon as is practically possible, I must rid myself of all shackles, professional and political, in order to be with you, if you will have me. Your loving Daniel.
By today at the latest.
Well, it was only a guess.
But Samuel, the Bridget Mayland is nearly 3 days overdue. 3 days!
Look, if they were caught in the storm, suffered damage, they might have put into another port. But they must still come here. There's a whole cargo in the dock warehouse just waiting for them.
Unless they have suffered very great damage. Or worse.
Oh, after only 3 days, I think it's too soon to fear anything like that, truly.
Samuel, I have a feeling for these things. And my feeling is that the Bridget Mayland will not come.
Yes, well, I can hardly ask Captain Calder to start searching for survivors from a possible wreck merely because you have a feeling about it, can I?
Know what our chances are of finding anything?
Slim.
I feel that we're all wasting our time, sir. If you'll pardon my opinion.
Yes, I tend to agree with you, Captain.
You appreciate the man could have jumped ship at Cherbourg.
I know. That possibility is one I've refrained from mentioning to Mrs. Anedin. I'd be obliged if you do the same, Captain.
As you wish, sir.
Do you know what course they may have been on?
Aye, sir. Within 20 miles each way, only that was before the storm struck. After then, I'd just be guessing.
We're unlikely to see anything as yet. Too soon.
I was thinking, if we do find Jack Pendleton, he's sure to give us what we want. Because if he doesn't, we simply throw him back in the sea again.
To find she's been and gone.
Mr. Van der Rheede.
Mr. Dunwoody.
I'm afraid Lady Fogarty is not in the office today, sir.
And so I understand, but it's you that I've come to see, Mr. Dunwoody.
Me, sir?
Yes.
Mr. Morris, the post, if you please.
You see, I'm very worried about Mr. O'Needing. As we both know, the shipping world is based on trust, and a reputation can be so easily destroyed. I'm distressed to think that Mr. O'Needing has so many ships lying idle.
Mr. O'Needing has weathered worse storms than this, sir.
Ah, but this time he is on the lee shore, and I think he needs assistance. I may be able to help him.
You, Mr. Van der Rheede?
Idle ships are of little use to a man in prison, are they? I think by now he must be running short of funds. I might be prepared to take these 6 ships off his hands.
I see. And, what sort of figure would you be offering?
£3,000.
What? £500 a ship? That is a ridiculous figure, sir.
I didn't ask you for your opinion, Dunwoody. Just passed the offer on to O'Needing.
No, sir.
What did you say?
I shall not show this to Mr. O'Needing, sir, nor will I even mention it to him.
I think you must be forgetting your place, Dunwoody.
Oh, no, sir. You may have duped poor Mr. Dawkins, sir, but you will not dupe me. This is what I think of your offer, Mr. Van der Rheede.
You ride well. Thank you, Gladwin.
I may not be a ranch girl, but I was taught to make a horse do what I want.
Humans, too? I only meant a husband may not be so compliant.
Oh, I'm ambitious for Samuel, I'll not deny it. But then aren't you?
Only inasmuch as he is for himself.
I hope you're not saying he's so weak he can be persuaded into doing something he doesn't want.
I am saying it would be a mistake to try.
Why, indeed, it would. I really miss Samuel, you know. I hope he won't be away much longer. Must be hard for you being parted from Sir Daniel for so long.
Yes.
I haven't met him yet. I certainly look forward to that.
Well, you may not have to wait much longer. It seems he's thinking of resigning his position.
Giving up the ambassadorship?
And resigning his seat. It seems he's giving up politics altogether.
Really?
He's coming home.
There's 2 more hours of daylight. I'll keep up the search until dark, then that's it. I'm sorry, Ma'am, but I've done all I can.
Don't apologize to me, Captain. Apologize to my husband when they convict him of something he didn't do.
I've done everything I can, sir. Mr. O'Needing's in enough trouble as it is, without me wasting more of his money needlessly.
Well, I'll talk to Mrs. O'Needing. Explain matters.
Distress rocket, sir! Starboard bow!
Helmsman! 2 points to starboard! Mr. Thriller! Full sail, if you please!
I can't see them.
Oh, they're too low in the water yet. You will.
Get the canvas over! Stand by with a boarding ladder! Right, get those men out of there as fast as you can. Come on out, look quickly. Look after him.
Your cook, is he with you? Jack Pendleton, is he with you?
Was he able to say nothing?
He never regained his senses. When they had to abandon ship, a falling spar hit him on the head. They dragged him out of the water, but he never spoke again.
Oh, James, what more can we do? Margarita.
Excuse me, ma'am, but a man, a seaman by the look of him, came asking to give you this. We said it was urgent, but he wouldn't wait for no reply.
Thank you, Mrs. Gibson. Dear Mrs. O'Needin, there aren't many people who have been kind to me in my life, but you being one, I want to tell you everything. Betsy? But I have never known any Betsy.
Letty did. Betsy used to work for her. I can only presume she didn't know Letty had died. I want to tell you everything. It was on the ship that brought me here that I heard two of the crew talking about what had happened. Then I knew. For what he's done to me, I hope he burns in hell. That necklace was mine, given to me by a gentleman friend. It was me who gave it to Max van der Rheede. Because like a fool, I loved him. I didn't know what he wanted it for, but I do know now. That's why he got rid of me, sold me to a white slaver. Because of the kindness you did me, I hope this letter helps your husband and helps make that wicked-hearted Max pay for what he's done. Remember me, your friend Betsy. Max van der Rheede.
But surely, this is all we need to free James.
I don't think a court would accept it as evidence, but at least we know there's no more doubt. And that man is going to pay.
Captain Baines.
Sir.
I've just been to visit my uncle.
I thought so. How is he?
Much as one would expect.
It's a wicked, cruel thing, a man like him being shut up in there. I mean, when are they going to let him go, sir? They'll have to, won't they?
Oh, dear, no. Are you on your way to visit him?
Oh, no, I don't reckon I can do that.
Oh, why ever not?
He wouldn't want to see me.
Oh, I think you'd find that you were mistaken. Only a short step from here. Be ashamed to have come this far only to go home again. Did you know that we caught up with Pendleton?
No.
He died before we could speak to him. A storm. The spar broke loose, killed him.
You just told him that? Well, they'll likely be needing someone to kick. And it might as well be me.
Drive on, please.
Wondered how long it'd take.
I thought you'd have been up the chimney and out by now.
What chimney?
Well, tunnel then.
Oh, how's the world treating you?
Better than you, I reckon.
That wouldn't be difficult.
I heard about Jack Pendleton. I'm sorry.
I'm not sure it would make much difference. Cook with a stolen necklace. Got the whole of the galley to hide it in. I'd have put it in a tub of flour if I'd been him.
Well, where did he put it?
Where it was found was in the saloon.
So that's why you thought I done it, because you saw me
I
there.
never said anything. Not to anyone.
But you thought it, though.
Did wonder.
Well, it wasn't. But I don't blame you.
Even if it had been, I wouldn't have blamed you either.
Anyway, it wasn't.
No, I know it wasn't. Still, can't fathom out a ship's cook hiding something in a rolled-up chart.
Here. I took some charts on board that day. That was one of the reasons I was there. I had them in my lodges, but they belonged to the ship. Now, which chart was that necklace found in?
Coast of New South Wales.
Now, are you sure? Because I seem to remember... I think that was one of the charts I had with me.
I wondered if it was.
Here, what do you say?
No.
Oh, yes, you are. You're saying
I'm
that...
not saying anything. I'm just asking. Did anyone know you were bringing that chart back?
No. Here. Wait a minute. I told Max van der Rheede. And it was after that he came to my lodges asking to see me.
And did he see you?
No, I wasn't there. How long have you known it was him?
Well, I've had my suspicions for some time. Had plenty of time to think. Not much else to do.
Why didn't you say something before, damn you?
Because I didn't know whether he paid you a treat. Just been waiting here for you to come, so I'd know. Only I never reckoned it'd take you so long, damn you.
Would you excuse me a moment?
Yes, of course.
Why don't you say something to her?
Because it's too soon.
Not at all. There's a lot of work to be done if you want to take advantage of the opportunity. Well, you do, don't you?
Damn it, Uncle Daniel may have resigned as ambassador extraordinary, but he certainly hasn't officially announced that he's going to resign from Parliament.
Well, Elizabeth seems in no doubt that he will.
Not, I would think, until he gets home.
You must still make yourself ready. Save them having to even look for a candidate. What was Daniel's majority?
Large enough.
I like it better and better. A safe seat that passes from uncle to nephew, like family business.
Election campaigns cost a lot of money.
Oh, we'll sell something.
Oh, no, we won't.
Something of mine. I don't know... Oh, yes, I do. I was left a large concession of South American nitrates. Why not sell that?
Oh, that's valuable stuff, nitrate.
Had it been that valuable, I doubt it would have been left to me.
Good evening, Captain.
Sir? Ma'am?
Captain Baines has something of importance to tell you, Samuel. It seems he's been searching everywhere.
I beg pardon for intruding, sir, but I thought you'd want to know straight away.
Would you care to join us in a brandy, Captain?
Oh, thank you, ma'am. You remember that conversation we had, sir, some time back about a necklace?
Yes, of course.
When I denied all knowledge of it? Well, I wasn't lying to you. But the way it looks now, it seems that it must have been me that took that necklace aboard Mr. Needham's ship without realizing I was doing it. Completely innocent-like.
Good morning, Captain. Another young lady to see you. A different Mrs. O'Needham.
James. Oh, my James. Oh, I had to come. I'm sorry, but I had to. Do you forgive me?
After the greeting like that, it'd be full not to.
Oh, let me see you. Oh, you are still beautiful to me.
Beautiful? I can't say I feel that beautiful. I feel a lot better, though, for seeing you.
Wait a moment.
What are you doing?
Take it. It's loaded and it works.
For God's sake, Margarita.
We can go anywhere.
You're not in Guyana now. You're in England.
And this is your only chance. I can go anywhere with you, but I cannot go to prison with you. Not take it.
Oh, no.
For my sake.
For your sake, put that thing away before the jailer sees it. Dies of fright.
You are impossible. I am offering you freedom.
Dangling at the end of a rope. Go home. Take that silly thing with you and get rid of it.
James,
They will sentence you to years of prison. Don't you understand?
No, you're wrong. Listen to me, trust me. I'm going to walk out of here legally. My friend Baines will make sure of that.
Are you accusing us of something, Captain?
No, I'm just asking. Who's been in this room and I've not been here?
Nobody.
Oh, someone has.
Well, it wasn't us, so mind your tone.
Anyway, what have you lost? Oh, nothing. It's just something I found. And it don't belong to me.
What is it, Will?
Well, now. It's either a piece of cut glass or it's a diamond.
Wherever did you find it?
I had a lot of charts and things stacked in that corner. I found it on the floor when I got rid of them.
How would a sparkler get itself there?
Well, if I knew that, I wouldn't be asking, would I?
Well, it ain't mine. No, I could wish it was.
It's a mystery. And I don't like things not regular. Best take it to the police first thing tomorrow morning. Sparrow! I'm sorry it's you, Sparrow. I wanted it to be a missus rather than you.
Oh, it's just my weakness, Will.
Oh, no. You wanted that diamond in particular, in case it matched the necklace. And the police recognize it.
Hey?
How much did he pay you, Mr. Sparrow?
This is Mr. Samuel O'Needon.
How much did you pay me?
The Dutchman, when he came here asking to see me. Oh, no. How much did he pay you to put the necklace in that chart? Now listen, you've only got one arm, Sparrow, so when I hit you, I'll only use one of mine.
A signed confession, Mr. Sparrow. Yes or no?
Good evening, Mr. van der Rheede.
Lady Fogarty. Samuel.
Max.
Thank you, Gladwin. Would you care for a drink, Mr. van der Rheede?
Thank you.
Samuel, would you?
Yes, of course.
Samuel's letter spoke of a most profitable business arrangement, but dare I hope, Lady Fogarty, that this might also mean a reconciliation between us. Just to be here, a guest in your house, is such a privilege and a pleasure.
It's no pleasure to me, sir, though I believe the outcome may be. For the matter we shall discuss this evening concerns my brother's liberty set against your own.
The reference to your brother I understand, of course, but not to myself. Thank you.
Perhaps this will explain. Mr. Sparrow has been remarkably forthright, wouldn't you agree?
It is, I need hardly say, a complete lie.
We also have a statement from another acquaintance of yours, Betsy, who admits giving you the necklace. Now, these two statements are sufficient to guarantee both your arrest and your ruin, and the dropping of all charges against James. But to expedite matters even further, what we require from you is a full and signed confession. The doors are locked, Mr. van der Rheede. Give us what we want, or you shall not leave this room until the constables arrive.
I see. So this is your profitable business arrangement. But what profit for me?
If you will give us the confession, we will guarantee you 2 days in which to leave the country before we hand it over to the authorities.
2 days?
My nephew is being extremely generous to you, sir. Personally, I wouldn't give you 2 minutes.
If our situations were reversed, Lady Fogarty, neither would I. You damned O'Needins. 2 days. Your word? Then I shall need paper and a pen, madam.
I'm so happy, James. So happy. I thank God so much.
I told you it'd be all right, didn't I? There now, you see? And I'm right proud of you too, lads. I am.
Nice to have you home, sir.
Well, thank you.
Oh, thank
Mrs.
you,
Gibson.
Mrs. Gibson. Thank you, Mrs. Gibson.
Now, I think we should have a toast. To Uncle James and Captain Baines.
All right.
Yes.
Yes. Here's to you, Will.
Captain
Thank you,
Baines.
sir. And the rest of you. Best family a man could have.
Well, why not then? Yes, here's to all of us. The family.
Of the family.
The family.
All right, next time I sail, we shall sail together.
I'm sorry Caroline couldn't be here.
Yes, a headache.
How does it feel to be a free man, sir?
Well, I'm not, Will. I'm still on bail. That's something I don't understand.
The final item of evidence, Uncle. We thought you should hand it to the magistrates personally. Max van der Rheede's confession.
But I thought he'd been arrested.
No.
Why not?
Well, I agreed to give him 2 days' grace.
Huh? Where is he?
He took ship for Holland this morning.
I mean to say you let him get away?
But he'd never have signed that otherwise, Uncle. It was a bargain. Your freedom for his.
I don't care what it was. He was quite willing to see me rot in prison. How many hours' start has he got?
About 6.
Have we any ships ready to sail?
Yes. Yes, the Soren Larsen.
Right then. Baines, are you coming?
I reckon so, sir.
But, Uncle, I gave him my word.
Did you, be heck? Well, I didn't give him mine.
Aunt Elizabeth.
I side with James.
Sluice of Baines.
Buckets along!
James, you do realise you're breaking your bail.
Damn me, bail. I want Van der Rheede.
Well, how long do you think it'll take us?
We've not sighted him in the morning. We'll have missed him. We'll be in Dutch waters.
Good morning, Captain Pierce.
Mr. Van Rheede.
For such a sound sleep, should I thank you or the weather?
Oh, I thank your own conscience, sir. Can't have much troubling it for it to let you rest that easy.
Coming up on stone!
That's her, right?
Who's the master?
Captain Pierce. You know him?
No.
Honest as they come. But he's his own man, is Captain Pierce. You best not come all high and mighty with him. He'll not even give you the time of day.
Eden's flag.
Oh, there! Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
You have a passenger aboard. Max van der Rheede.
Aye.
Wanted by the police in England for serious criminal offences. I'd be obliged. Let me bring him on board and take him back.
He's lying. a vendetta. If you give me to him, I'm a dead man.
What criminal offences? Theft. Receiving stolen property.
Selling girls to white slavers?
No. No, he's lying. I'm an honest businessman on my way home.
We're nearly into dark quarters, Eden.
Give me that.
Captain Baines here, Captain Baines. Now, you know me. So I'll not be doing with lies. You know that. But as I stand here, that man Margarita don't deserve your protection. He's a wanted criminal.
2 days! You guaranteed me 2 days!
Your 2 days was up last night, Margarita.
Captain, take me on to Holland. Here, take this. Take it. Please! Please!
You can have him. Heave to!
Does he think that'll achieve?
By now we must be in Dutch waters.
Well, I don't give a damn. Lower about, Captain Baines.
Aye, aye, sir.